Hello, welcome to Soulprint Insights. I'm so glad you could join me today. My channel is doing amazingly well thanks to your support, and I'm very pleased that the information that I am sharing seems to be resonating with you people, and you're finding benefit and insight and guidance from it. So I myself could not be more thrilled with the reception that this channel has received, and I humbly and gratefully thank you. Okay, so today I wanted to have a conversation about thoughts behind thoughts. So when we are thinking a thought or setting an intention, there are always thoughts behind it. And sometimes those thoughts can be very enlightening. They can give you some real good insights into what is actually going on. And the more sort of you are able to still the body and the mind and listen clearly to what is rambling around in your head, you're gonna see that there are sort of thoughts behind the thought that are incredibly helpful and incredibly beneficial, and then there are other ones that really do have the effect of virtually canceling the thought you're trying to create. So the question that I put to Masudius was, what are the thoughts behind the thoughts, and why do we need to understand them? Like, why is it just not good enough to make a statement? Why do we have to delve deeper than that? Back to the reading specs. And here we go. This was the answer. The thoughts behind the thought are, in fact, the creative force behind the prayer or manifestation. It is those unheard or blocking thoughts that hold the power, because if they are not in accord with the first or primary thought, they will hold the fear or worry, which will attract more of the same. It is those memory tapes or fear-based tapes that loop over and over under the surface of the consciousness, of the conscious thought, that are where you first need to adjust or correct the thinking. So let's use an example. Divine, thank you for the blessings and healings received in this situation. This is a really powerful prayer of gratitude. It holds a high and clear vibration and will create the feeling of connection and peace. If the thought behind the thought is positive and mindful, such as, in truth, all is as it should be, and in reality, all that I ask for is already healed, and healed in a place I have only to receive and accept, then the thought behind the thought is supportive. I'm going to run those two thoughts together so you can hear the whole trail of thoughts and how they come together, okay? Divine, thank you for the blessings and healings received in this situation. In truth, all is as it should be, and in reality, all that I ask for is already healed in a place I have only to receive and accept. That's definitely creating a really high vibrational, resonance, okay? Now, if, however, the secondary thought is, I don't deserve this, I am not worthy, this is too big, I want it to arrive in this order I have already asked time and time again, and this never gets answered, you get the point. So, let me run those two together and see what you see. Divine, thank you for the blessings and healings received in this situation. Although I really don't deserve this and I'm not really worthy. And this seems to be a really big thing I'm asking for. And while I'm asking, I'd really like it to arrive in this order and this sequence of events, preferably at this date and time. And I've asked for this thing 100 times and it still hasn't come. So, clarity, right? One is really everything is at peace and it is as it should be. And I am just increasing my vibration to bring more and to attract more of those blessings and miracles into my life. Or I'm asking for them, but I'm like being real passive aggressive because you know what? I am not liking the way this is unfolded. And so the vibrations are really, really different and they're very, very strong. And sometimes those negative vibrations are far more powerful than positive thoughts. And we'll get into that at a later date, but it's just sort of the vibrational world in which we live in at this point in time, where the negative thoughts simply outweigh positive ones. And that's how come when you're trying to do this, good versus evil, light versus, darkness, etc. It's hard. It's a hard lift because you need to understand that for every negative thought you have to have several positive thoughts to sort of almost like cancel it. Okay. So that I think is a really good explanation of the thought behind the thought and how it works. So if your thoughts are negative like that, then the secondary thought creates a powerful block. And what it does is it controls the first thought, or it basically cancels the first thought. It is not a matter of simply making a statement. You need, and in fact should, want to understand and be clear about what and why you are looking for certain results. Be mindful of the fact that the very emotion of need creates a thought that there is something missing. I am going to repeat that. It is a profoundly accurate statement. It is one of the highest truths. Let's just hear that one more time. Be mindful of the fact that the very emotion of need creates a thought that there is something missing. That which you believe is missing or lacking needs to be addressed first, or the healing you seek cannot arrive. Realize it is the feelings and emotions that are the powerful creative force behind your prayer or manifestation. The feeling of lack has to be addressed first. So let's use the example of you want to bring love into your life. Look inward to yourself. Do you feel love or do you feel lonely? Do you love yourself or are you looking for another person to do that for you? Do you surround yourself by that which you love? Do you practice sending love out into the world each and every day in thoughts and actions? You can only love another as much as you love yourself. Do you love yourself in the same manner and way you wish to love another and wish for that person to love you? If you feel lack, you have to heal the lack first. If you seek financial security or abundance, first, ask yourself, do I bless and appreciate all that I have? Is your secondary thought, I need more? Or is it, thank you for all of the blessings in my life? I have abundance in all ways and in all areas of my life. I am rich in all the ways that matter. you can see again that those secondary thoughts hold a very, very different and opposing, basically, vibrational energy. So, and this is the thing, right? Those secondary thoughts, if you're not really tuned in and you're not listening, you're not hearing them, or you're not recognizing that really the message you're sending out is, I'm scared, I'm frightened, I don't want to be alone, right? You're sending out messages that are sort of seeped in fear and despair and worry and anxiety. And because it is emotion relating to emotion, that's where things end up like sort of stalemated, right? They sort of either cancel it, like the negative thought either cancels it, or they just hold each other like this, and nothing can move, okay? So it is vital that you listen and heal those thoughts behind the thought. It is about being in a place of gratitude and appreciation. Now, it might be helpful to remember that whatever the place is that you are in right in this moment is somebody else's goal. It is what they're trying to achieve. But yet it is where you are, and are you taking the time to really be grateful for where you are? And you know what? Listen, where you are may be just, I'm not hungry today. Where you are might be, okay, I don't have a room full of friends, but boy, I have a couple that mean the world to me. It is about, understanding that no matter where you're at and no matter what you perceived your lack or need to be, there's a lot of people who would just give anything and who are working really hard to try to achieve the place that you're in right now. And that doesn't mean whether, you're complaining because you want to lose 10 pounds. You know what? There's people out there who have to lose 100 because you don't have enough money in your bank account. Hey, are you eating this month? Are you warm this month? Keep it in perspective. Sometimes we go through our life and we kind of develop this sort of I'm entitled attitude, and that's fine. But what I'm saying is, if you're busy feeling entitled, then you're not busy feeling gratitude for the blessings that you have, and they are many. The source of all, the universal love, will provide that which you believe to be your truth. Okay, this is sort of manifestation 101. We talk about this all the time. If you're around a bunch of people who are happy and laughing, that's what you tend to do, and you attract more of that. If you are in a place where you are frightened and you are scared, those emotions create more. If you're hanging around with people who are really aggressive and angry, that energy becomes amplified. And that really is sort of where you get that kind of mob mentality. But it kind of works both ways, right? I mean, we see the phrase mob mentality as a negative thing, but in fact, it just means a grouping of people behaving the same way. So why don't we have a grouping of people who are positive and grateful and sending love and energy out into the world and doing amazing things like, building walls around forest fires that are destroying the land, about putting bubbles around an island that seems to be getting battered all the time, of acknowledging that I have what I want. I have, kind of what I'm hoping for. It just, maybe I would appreciate more of that. Maybe I want those blessings to continue to come. So, let us carry on. Release those lower or blocking thoughts to love for healing and transmutation. Let what guides you be your highest truths, always on your journey towards the next pinnacle of your life. If you have faith enough to say the prayer, the affirmation, or set the intention, then you need to have faith enough that it will be heard and answered. If you have faith to ask, you must have the faith to believe it will be received. And then you sit and you listen for the answer. And Masudius is saying this: it is the truth that from this vibration watching over those we love and guide, that we communicate with you continually. You just don't hear or see. Listen for the voice and actions of the divine. Trust the guidance you seek will lead you to the next step, and then the next step is available to you. And then you take it one step at a time. So, this is my goal, okay? Now, I know I want to achieve that goal, but I don't have all the steps and stages in my head clearly. And so because of that, I can't really start trying to get to the goal. Well, you know what? Every goal starts with that first step. And so when you are functioning in a place of faith, you take that first step, secure in the knowledge it was the right step, and then you sort of wait and you recognize that the next step will be given to you just as clearly as you received the first step. Okay? So, and there's a reason why we have to do it step by step. It is a truth. Okay, I already said that they watch over and we don't listen and hear. Sorry, I lost my place. Okay, so listen for the voice and actions of the divine. Trust the guidance you seek that will lead you to the next step and the next step. Taking one step and knowing that the next step will be revealed is in and of itself a powerful statement of faith. The way forward cannot be revealed to you as a complete picture, because by doing that, it would remove from you your free will, and that cannot be. With blessings and love, know and gain comfort that the thoughts behind our thought for you is of love, light, blessings, and that your highest intentions be realized in all ways and in all directions of space, time, and dimension. We are Masudius. I think this is one of these ones that you're probably going to go back to, a time or two and revisit. Especially if you have been trying to manifest something, or you're trying to, get something to move forward and it just doesn't seem to move. Take the time to go backwards and actually try to hear the emotion, feel the emotion that is behind that thought. And if it is one of fear, then you work very slowly and systematically to raise that vibration up into belief, into trust, into faith. Heck, if that fear is really negative, just getting to a benign thought would be a really big benefit. Okay, so so that is what they had to say about the thought behind your thoughts. Okay, so until next time, stand in your power and stand in your light. Bye.